is not being fixed. It has been fixed. And it was fixed in time. That's good. So we have Xcret, Barosh, Jojo, Red Duke, Kiwi, Brahmadan, and Dark Dust on Team Royal Spartans. Very good team. And SUNTZU, D Trooper, Rabis, King Nikolai, and that just disappeared from me, but don't worry, I have the list on Discord. Haha.
Xer, Tetidera, and Dr. Scott.
Alright, have you balls. Thank you very much. So we have two archer players, Barosh and Darkdust, on the side of Team Royal Spartans. How many are there on the other team?
King Nikolai and D Trooper with Germanicus melee. We got 2 archers and 1 javelin player, and yeah.
So a very heavy range composition. Okay, so we immediately spot Dr. Scott, King Nikolai, there's Rabis. So two archer players on both sides, so an equal matchup in terms of archer players. So we'll see just whoever wins the duel. Hunt, yeah, Rabis already. Oh, excuse me. It's already hunted. So it slows down Fierce him a little bit and gives them all information what he's doing. So Marcus is spotted as well, so it doesn't really matter.
Both team again at the center, scouting each other out, positioning, making sure they're all ready to go. This is Red Duke infiltrated and watching the entire.
Oh, there we go. First Barosh versus Barosh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, the damage was kind of equal. On Darkness, just focus on one unit. Rabis just got equally wrecked amongst his 3 units. It's 59, 18, 59.
Look at Red Duke.
Yeah, Rabis lost less men overall, or fewer men overall. So it's kind of advantage for Team. Goddammit, Team Praetorians. There we go. And we have Red Duke cavalry behind enemy lines.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about initially. Red Duke with his infiltrated cavalry has been spotting, I don't know, since the beginning, has been spotting the entire Praetorian team, and they don't seem to have noticed him, so he's just roaming around, no problem. So yeah.
There's Xer on cavalry, so they both have 1 cavalry player, both on barbarians, just scouting. So Xer could go chase him. It looks like Team Praetorians are now pulling back after that exchange. Some shots at the studios, but pretty much no damage was done. Some was done, so that's fair enough. They're using Hand. Hand lowers their missile block chance, so few hours are getting through, I imagine, thanks to that. Yeah, they have 97 missile block chance after the Hand debuff, so they're landing few shots, so that's always something. I mean, D Trooper will get a lot of points by blocking 97% of it, but it's all about the damage after all. Points don't win you the battle.
For the Praetorian team, Xer is also infiltrated with Arminius and going around the other team's base and trying to give a little bit of positioning. But that's
the same basically. Now Darkdust got a Barosh before Rabis could get a Barosh on Darkdust.
Yeah.
You know, they're shooting Barosh.
Another Barosh happening.
Equal exchange between Scott and Barosh, but I think it's. Oh yeah, Barosh just lost 1 unit. In terms of HP, I think it's still advantage to Royal Spartans, but it's very, very equal. Oh, they just got a shot at Red Duke. I imagine that those are trilobite arrows. Yeah, they got some damage on. I think Scott has them. I can check right now. Did Rabis not get any consumable, or is it just not showing for me? I don't know. Maybe they took the passive one, and that one is not showing.
Very likely, they usually show up at the UI. Yeah. Again, so the teams are just.
Cross, yeah. Looks like the Team Praetorians is preparing to cross because they feel like they don't have advantage in the archers anymore, and that cavalry is still very threatening. They send Dr. Scott towards that cavalry, trying to get some shots with his trilobite arrows, if he has those. It looked like it.
Both teams very indecisive. They're just filling each other out still.
Yeah, there's an equal
barrage happening yet again.
Yeah, but Dardas was first, so he has the privilege of dodging the remainder of the barrage of Rabis, so yeah. whoever gets the barrage first in that situation, if the other person doesn't dodge immediately, that other person loses. And yeah, Team Praetorians is crossing. Barrage with aggressive positioning, shooting at Teddy Denera's javelin. Those javelin can do a lot of damage. The archers on Team Royal Spartans are heavily damaged, so
here we go. They're lining up for an assault.
Yeah, they're no longer that much of a threat to
barrage happening.
Yeah, but that barrage was awful.
Yeah, complete miss. I agree. What was that? Well, we shall see.
Well, it was aimed either at Xcred or Kiwi. But
they're doing really good. They're doing really good. So Tedinera is shooting Shred on the center, who's deployed with the pikes. After he gets the pikes down, it's trouble.
He's getting wrecked now.
And the trooper just face planted into the pikes, no problem. I don't care. No pikes.
He had to raise shield, so he couldn't drop phalanx.
Oh, Red Duke is right at the back of the range unit. Look at that. The cavalry of Red Duke is about to cause havoc.
There's Hell SUNTZU, but that's 2 units trying to protect 5, 6 units. Like Rabis doesn't matter. He's dead. Yeah, the Red Duke doesn't care about him. His charge is trying to getting wrecked.
Oh man, that was good.
The charge wiping out 2 of the units. Third one is getting cut down in melee right now, but that's Grungy charges. They're not really good at cutting down range units once they caught them.
Another charge going in on
charge. Into armor legionary, so it wasn't really that effective. But yeah,
Xer is at the back of the enemy as well. He's trying to pull off the same maneuver on the enemy as they received.
Okay, Kivi and his javelin are getting a charge.
Oh,
a little bit of infantry. But yeah, that's just one unit down. Pretty much nothing to compare with what Red Duke has done.
Xer is doing good.
And now those 6 archers are unprotected completely. Red Duke has just...
This is epic. Look at them just fight.
Yeah, but when you look at the team balance, it's still very equal, but it looks like Team Praetorians has a slight advantage, just very, very slight, but they're pulling it off with melee units. They may have lost their advantage in range units, but looks like just their infantry is doing so good. And once you lose your infantry, you're done for.
Remember, Hell SUNTZU is still defending Dr. Scott, who still has some marches up. They're still duking out. They still have range capacity, but it feels like the Praetorians have just too much melee. And I think they dealt really well with the pikes. I think Teddy, they just went in and was like, okay, let's trade off, and I'm gonna kill the pikes, you kill me, but once the pikes are down, we have you.
Team Royal Spartans has a very slight advantage in cavalry. That is now being thrown away, so doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's only Jojo left on the side of Team Royal Spartans. Meanwhile, Team Praetorians is just a lot of infantry.
They just know their thing. Again, you have to remember King Nikolai is very, very experienced with that's his thing, that's his mojo. He's all about the Romans. The same with Hell SUNTZU. He's all about supporting with heavy infantry. So
yeah, I think they had both Caesar and Sulla players on their team. So
yes,
buffs are just insane. Buffs and debuffs.
SUNTZU is still running around with Vici on him from Caesar. So while he's whipping around as well. So that's again, they know their thing. They know what to do. They know, and I think the most important
Caesar. So his unit is just very live. That's 1 man on 48 HP, but that 1 man is providing the buffs for the entire team.
Seems like
just got really flanked. Yeah, that's the Team Royal Spartans done for.
It looks like they've got no more proper melee units. They should have started kiting when they got assaulted so strong. They should have pulled back a little bit. But here we go. Now
Dardas is against the wall. There's no way for him to run.
Yeah.
Ramadan just barely saves him stopping the D-Trooper, but that just won't matter. There's no way they can kite away enough.
I think I don't know. I don't really know how they intended to play, but it looks to me like Team Praetorians just went like, okay, what are you best with, and let's do that. Because from what I know, some of the players, and they literally played their highest.
I know that Team Praetorians did the research. They have checked what everyone is playing. They have made their predictions of what the enemy team will be taking, and that can just go down to a cheese tactic that you just happen to counter the enemy with your composition. And maybe that's what happened here.
I don't know if it's cheese. It doesn't feel like cheese to me. It feels like a proper assault, full on.
It doesn't. It isn't cheese, but it's just a counter. They just managed to counter the Team Royal Spartans, and they have done everything well. They had the range advantage, the Javelin, and I think they just went for Romans, and Romans and Rubicon. They are very, very good. Just the raw power, and once you get stuck in fighting in that mud area, that's very hard to disengage, and you will need to disengage in situations like that if you are getting cut down by vengeances and proscriptions.
I think if you ask me, I think it comes down to the strength of their melee players. Even if I look at the scoreboard, the Trooper and King Nikolai are both at 4 overall 4k points. So yeah, I think they're just too good with melee infantry, and if you want to properly handle them, you need to break those 2 players. Otherwise, yeah, it's just too good with that. So
yeah, they haven't went for any Greek infantry. Meanwhile, Team Royal Spartans went with Miltiades for Jojo, which haven't really paid off, as you can see. The phalanx just wasn't strong enough against the combo of Vengeance, Proscription, and Vici. And Vidi.
It's quite simple if you ask me. When the Romans assault you, you don't stand and fight. You try to pull them into deep water, sort of speak. You try to wave them around and see what's going on. I think that was a mistake to stand there toe to toe with the Romans with their javelins, steady there, peppering the hell out of the pikes. Yeah, they should have.
Once they got those charges on, they should have just started kiting. That's what their composition was for, and they didn't really execute that properly, I feel.
Yeah.
Just came down to execution, the team calls, which in the end looks like Team Praetorians had better.
And they actually want to cap. King Nikolai is actually going for the cap. He's like, I'm not going to chase you around. I'm just gonna stand here in my testudo, smoke my cigar, and get some capping points.
Yeah, oh no, Reddick just got some decapping points.
Well, it's not the best plan. It's a lazy plan, but yeah. Look, he's hiding up to the building.
Yeah, there are 3 minutes left, and maybe if they manage to kite enough and kill enough of them, they can still win, but that's very, very unlikely. But there is the possibility. They have 3 minutes to gain an advantage. That's the way they can win.
I agree. They have range capacity and they have cavalry, so.
Well, the other team.
It's very.
Yeah. That's just going too slow. They're not gaining that advantage fast enough.
But to me, it's fascinating because it's only Hell SUNTZU who's chasing around the enemy units, while King Nikolai has just literally, he's like, okay, I've got this building, that's me, done. I've done all my job. No, King Nikolai, what are you doing?
Cardiff's unit is now getting pincered, but yeah, he managed to escape. I think King Nikolai is just, we won, doesn't matter, I'm just gonna sit here and cap. Meanwhile, they can still lose. It's very unlikely, but they still can. But they still need to decap as well.
I think his secret plan is to progress. I think he wants rewards, but
yeah, he's after that XP.
Yeah, that you don't gain in custom. So, just so you know. Oh well.
Yeah, it is
brutal assault.
Oh, there we go. A barrage. Barrage can do something, but even after the barrage, they just lost 2% or 2 promiles. So yeah, that's just nowhere enough.
The center of the battlefield is littered with dead corpses. You can clearly see how they went forward. You can see a huge trail of red. Yeah, this is what the Romans went through.
That's YOLO mid rush versus YOLO mid not rush.
I don't know, man. I don't think it was YOLO. Again, I don't think it was YOLO. No, I think they had a plan.
Oh, but YOLO also is planned. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's called YOLO, it doesn't mean that it's no thought put into it.
Okay.
But if anyone would have executed the YOLO mid-rush tactic, I would expect Team Royal Spartans to do that, given their heritage.
Yeah. They're both just standing there again. Yeah.
Oh, that unit has just 10 morale. If Dardas uses his hunt now, oh, there we go. That unit will be routed, so that will be something. There we go.
They clearly.
That's some advantage, but they also have lost some HP. So yeah, there's no way they can do 19 prowess of damage in just 48 seconds. So it is going to drag out. I think I can already write down the score, but maybe something will happen. Maybe King Nikolai will charge a wall. He's known for it.
Yeah, they caught me by surprise. Hey King, don't. No, I think the idea is to just stand there and win. I think, yeah. Wow, I think he's going to be upset about that one, considering he's captain and all. But hey, that was good. That was good banter.
Yeah, King Nikolai, with his call of standing and not doing anything, turned out he was right.
Yeah, it seems like a wrap up. It's just unbelievable how they just stood there and took the beating. I mean, yeah.
So that's 1-0 for Team Praetorians. Let's see the MVP.
Yay!
Dardas for Team Royal Praetorians, Royal Spartans, and SUNTZU for Team Praetorians. Isula.
I told them whoever doesn't, whichever guy who's a Praetorian from the Praetorian team does not win, we'll have some heavy debates after.
Okay, an invite for you, Pauls, and game ID